Origin.
Hey, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luis.
And we're going to be reviewing
the 100 episode 14
Bodyguard of Lies. So we're going to start off with the story the plot that didn't connect with the rest, which was Murphy and Jaha in the sand desert thing.
Trying to find the City of Light.
So it starts off, their plot starts off with they're walking down the sandstorm, like where we left off last episode. Not last episode. They didn't show up in last episode.
They were just started walking through the desert.
No, yeah, but it was like an episode ago that they showed them.
Yeah, it just showed them getting...
No, I mean before, like the episode that they showed up. It wasn't last episode. They didn't show them. Anyways.
Last episode that they showed. Yeah, okay.
So they're walking down. Turns out there's...
landmines, booby traps, whatever you want to call them.
There's landmines.
Basically.
And 2 people got blown up.
The dude and the girl.
I thought a lot more people were following them.
No, because a bunch of people left them, and I'm guessing some people died along the way.
Yeah. So there's only 5, and then they went down to 3. No, yeah? 4. Yeah. And... also, there were 6 of them.
Yeah, 6 of them. And 2 of them blew up, and then 4 of them were.
Yeah, and so they blew up, but then they saw, and then they cut the scene, and when they came back, they were all huddled up,
like faces covered with cloth and stuff to protect them from the sandstorm that was going on.
Mm-hmm. And then they got up, and they were like. Because they saw the lights. They're like, oh, look at that. And
yeah, but then Murphy pointed out that how are they going to get through the landmine field if all their tracks are gone?
Yeah, because the footprints were all gone.
They were covered up by sand.
Because of the sandstorm. And then, so, Jaha used his stick to navigate
the minefield.
Yeah. Apparently that's something people actually can do.
You can do that. You have to, like, lightly tap it, and then...
I would be scared as hell.
You'd probably blow us up. Alright, so
I think it would be you. Okay, back to the subject at hand. So they decide to go through it, but they go really slowly, and one of the guys...
Well, he starts panicking, and he's like, I don't want to do this no more, and then he starts running for it, but then Jaha stops him, and then when he stops him, they land, like they're so close to the landmine, they could have got blown up. It was, like, scary. I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah. I was just like, But that was... Yeah.
Does a scene cut after that and it shows them going, then they find out that says that their sign warning?
No, they made it. Yeah. Oh. The warning sign. It didn't cut. It went straight to it, no?
I think, I don't know. Well, this is what happened. They found and saw... And then, like...
The warning, and there's like, this is a test, and we passed, Jaha.
I know, he's, like, getting crazy.
He's, like, delusional at this point. And he has, like, so much faith in something that he didn't even know about, like...
No, until he got there.
Like, I fell out the sky, and, like, this can't be it, whenever he saw the solar panels. Turns out it was solar panels. Murphy was like... Seriously.
Man.
And he threw the rock. Then a droid came out. A drone. These are not the droids you are looking for. Okay, and then... So, Jaha's like, no, we have to follow this. And so they follow that. And then it goes off into the ocean. And I'm assuming it's the ocean.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And they get on the boat, and they somehow, even though they've been on, like, up on the spaceship for most of their life, they somehow know how to row
a boat. Even though they've never been on water. Like, if they fall, they drown and die, no?
Yeah, because none of them know how to swim.
Maybe Murphy learned because he was on the ground for a little bit.
But I never saw him go in the water near it.
I mean,
because they got scared. Because remember?
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of things that I feel like we haven't seen. Because how did Clark know how to ride a horse all of a sudden?
You know, in between scenes.
That's what I'm saying.
The ground is showed.
So maybe Murphy suddenly knows how to swim. My point is that happened. What'd you think about the whole plot?
Yes, it wasn't, like, important. I mean, it wasn't, like, important to what was going on, but it was, like, it could lead to, like, future.
It's good, but I feel like it's gonna lead somewhere, like, and it's gonna be, like, the main point.
Oh, you know what I just thought of?
What?
What if there's radioactive sharks?
Oh,
like super massive sharks, like megalodons.
Oh, that would be scary and cool at the same time.
They're just swimming through, and then
because there was that giant gorilla,
and then there was that giant like eel thing. I don't even know what that was.
Apparently, it was like a snake or something.
It was it came back from the Anaconda movie.
So I don't know. So like it was kind of forgettable. It didn't really catch my attention. Like I don't know. It's good for them because like Murphy's developing a bit, but it's not. It wasn't very like.
It didn't even match what was going on in that episode.
So I feel like that's like they have to explain. So I feel like that's gonna go somewhere.
Eventually,
like somewhere that's gonna be very important. It's gonna. I feel like season 3. That's where it's gonna go.
Yep.
They're gonna do
City of Light.
Also that, and I think that I'm already kind of jumping into predictions, but like it's gonna like have what was I saying? Like mutants are gonna be a part of season 3 too. I think. Like the deformed people, because they're going to the City of Light, and that's kind of has to do with it. Because everybody with like mutated kind of wants to go to the City of Lights, and I feel like even if the City of Lights turns out to be something else, I feel like the mutants are gonna be a part of it like pretty soon too.
Yeah.
Like deformed people. I don't know. And where were we?
I think that's it.
Okay, so that's that plot line that was kind of not connected to nothing. And then in Mount Weather, because I keep mispronouncing
not Weather, or whatever
I say Weather. For some reason, I keep saying that. I don't know. So in Mount Weather, Bellamy's looking for the fog to turn on the fog
like thing that controls it, like the control panel for the SFO.
He's looking for the room, but he swipes his card, it doesn't open, so he
starts worrying that they might figure.
And he tries to open it, but it won't, and then they figure out
that it's not Lovejoy, or the guard that he was impersonating.
Yeah, that's not Lovejoy, which is weird because
weird name, weird last name.
I mean, because the little kid.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
Nobody knows he's gone or something. I don't know.
Well, I feel bad for the little kid, but we'll cut on to the thing.
So, they
basically chase him down through this maze of tunnels and and then when he's going to he's hiding, one of the guards coming in with the pistol, then he smacks it out of his hand, I think, and then he punches him, he gives him a left, a right, then the left again, and then when he's down on the ground, he gives him another right and knocks him out. And then he takes his card and his gun.
So he's like an action hero at this point.
Yeah, he's like the actiony dude.
He's like a hero, and he started off in a whole different side. Like kind of, I didn't like him
in the beginning. Though I didn't like him, but
now
I'm
he's
okay
with
better.
it. I'm okay with him, but I actually, he's okay. I like him, but I didn't like him in the beginning. I wanted to hit him. Like if he was in front of me, I would have gotten mad.
Oh, this I can already imagine the hate if this was popular. I'm just saying the hate would get for saying that. But on to the.
Well, now he's fine. So, but in the beginning, I didn't like him. Okay, so he ends
goes to Maya's dad after he basically escapes.
And there's a guard there.
He gets scared and he pulls out his gun, but then he's like, no, it's cool. He's one of us.
Yeah, he's in the resistance. Not everybody agrees with Cage, apparently.
That's what they always say. That's their.
I was like, maybe that's a trap, but apparently it wasn't. And so they tell him another way to get to the fog. I don't know what to call it.
The fog machine. Let's just call it the fog machine.
Yeah. He gets
a blowtorch. They
give him a blowtorch, and then he because he has to cut open to get through the vents and stuff. He makes it, and then Raven's
he contacts Raven that he found it and that how do I stop it or whatever.
And meanwhile, Raven was trying to figure out, she's having a hard time, and then Wick comes in, which we found out his name is Kyle. And that he's cool with Monty. He's like, how's Monty doing? And how's my man Monty doing, or something like that. And then he's fine or whatever. And then so Wick helps him, Raven, even though Raven doesn't want to help. Yeah. They're trying to figure out a way to
take out the acid fog.
Yeah, so they don't. So
then they're discussing what type of fog it is, like what type of fog it could be. And
they have to do like base, so much science that I don't know. I'm not like that. I was okay in science, but I don't know nothing of that.
I never heard of that.
And so, which is very hard. I'm like, if they're right, I would not be able to write that part. Like, if I was a writer, I would not be able to write scientific-y things. Which probably this episode was the best one though.
I liked it.
This is like the best episode so far. That like my favorite.
We'll get to that part eventually.
In general, the whole episode was really good.
It was really good.
And so
they're trying to figure out, and then Bellamy figures he finds the panel, and he's like messing around with it, and then they figure out oxidation or something like that, like cleaning the tanks or whatever. And then they tell him,
putting base and whatever, like getting a base into, because it's like acid, and a base neutralizes it or whatever. Yeah, so they figure out that, and he ends up doing that. It's successful. So they think.
When I first saw it, I thought it was trap because it seemed too easy.
You called it a trap. I was like, but it worked. Like, and it did seem too easy. And then
But at the same time, I felt like they're not just gonna have like one control panel that controls the whole entire thing. That's too easy. That's like too easy.
Yeah, you did point that out. Honestly, I was very worried that I didn't even think at that point. I was just like, oh, okay. And then, so
he turns
that Raven is like, yes, and Wick too, and they almost kiss.
But then they get back up.
But they're like, Raven's like, oh, I have to go warn the other people, so which I didn't, until somebody like pointed it out somewhere, I didn't know that Raven was the one that threw the flare. Turns out that she was.
No,
I think.
You didn't know that? You didn't notice?
I didn't notice. I
heard you say that, I need to go shoot the flare, whatever. That's what I heard you say. Well, come on, back to the thing.
The point is, she did that. And then Bellamy is like, oh, okay. But then then we find out that Cage knew.
We figure that out because Bellamy, he walks up to the tank and he sees this little panel, like this little...
Yeah, and it's...
thermometer thingy.
It's down. It didn't do anything. Which...
basically scared him, and then he tells them...
that, yeah, he keeps calling it, but... they don't pick up because Raven came back and then started...
they did the business.
Which I didn't actually know that if I liked them together. And whenever I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. And I'm okay with them. Actually, I kind of ship them.
Winty.
No, that's not what it is.
That's not it.
Apparently, it's what is it? Rivik? Or
Rivik. Whatever.
That, or
Winty would sound good.
No,
Winty.
I don't know what it is. I don't know the ship name.
Whatever.
But so they're doing it because she comes back and just kisses him out of nowhere, and he's like, oh, okay, and then they start doing it, and then he goes to touch her leg, and she just kind of stops, saying, oh, you should, she feels
not
she feels like it's like whenever she feels ugly, basically, kind of like,
oh yeah, I guess, yeah,
it's a flaw.
Yeah.
And then he's jokes around, it's if you used my version, this would have been faster. I would have been able, and he uses humor, and she laughs, and your design was crap.
That's his catch, his humor, that's what gets him.
Which it was really sweet. I that was nice.
Yeah. Well, then back to Bill.
Which makes me actually kind of like them together. And then while they're doing that, Bellamy's freaking out because he finds out that it didn't work, and he's freaking out. And then the guards are coming in trying to get into him. He's trying to think fast. What should I do? What should I do? And we find out that Cage one of Cage's guards found the radio or frequency or something, and so they know that he was talking and that he did that. It was all a trap, which you pointed out.
Yeah, I called it. I knew it. And then he as soon as they start coming, he sees them, and they're trying not to Wait, do they see him and then he runs, or does he?
He thinks he got the idea to blow the thing. He wanted to blow it up in the first place,
but he was like, they were like, no, it's like it's dangerous, something like that.
Something like that. And he's like, so now he got his wish, and he actually put the blowtorch, and he was shooting at them
to buy himself time so the thing could melt through the thing and then blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he's shooting, like they start chasing him, and then
one guy who goes too late figures out that it's blowing up, and then the whole thing blows
and then
up.
He runs through tries to crawl through them super fast. He jumps out before the fire catches him.
Barely. I thought he got burned.
I thought he was gonna like catch like a little bit of fire, and then
I was like, maybe his face is gonna be deformed, like burned off. But he made it like just in time. He was like, that was totally like a movie moment.
Michael Bay.
So that happens, and
he gets praised.
He gets raised when?
Like he gets.
Okay, so that happens, and then with Clark and Lexa, which is
now we can start on them.
That was the best scenes ever.
Yeah. Well, my partner here and very much enjoys those scenes.
Did you make it sound like weird?
Let's just say he just likes the characters a lot.
So when we first see Clark and Lexa, they're in the. It's at night. I think they share a tent because they're both in the tent a lot, and Clark and Lexa are talking about like Clark is very nervous. Like I shouldn't have done that. Like, maybe I just sent him to his death, yada yada.
Yeah, basically. She was like regretting stuff
and she was like, and then Lexa looked jealous. She was like you care about him, and she's like, and Clark was like, I care about everybody. And he's like, but you care more about him. You worry more about him, and so
she gets jealous, basically.
And they have arguments about like their philosophy, like
of how what they think.
Yeah, which
both of their ideas have like good things about them, but they also have bad things about them.
I think you need both. You can't be too ruthless, and you can't be completely with your heart, because like what happened with Finn.
Yeah.
He totally got blinded by love, basically, and started killing innocent people.
Okay, but that was a different time. It's all over now.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they still bring up Finn. Like because in some shows they just totally forget that people died apparently, and they never bring them up again. But here, like, it's consistent. Like, there's what's it called? Continuity. There's a lot of
whenever I think when Bellamy first entered, and then you got them out of the
Jasper
dorm,
asked.
So Finn got his peace treaty or whatever, and then he was like, I guess you can say that.
So in this episode they bring up Finn again. She did. She didn't really say Finn, but she brought him up and saying I'm not ready because of whatever. But I'm jumping too ahead.
Yeah.
So they talk, and then Lexa was like gonna sleep. She's like, let's go to sleep. No. And they talk, and then they kind of get in an argument. Then Clark goes outside.
And Octavia's there, and then she tries to talk to her.
Yeah, Octavia basically calls her on all her shit. Because she's been thinking this whole time, like, how the hell did they not survive?
Or get affected by it, at least.
So
they like, she talks to her, she basically calls her out and stuff, and Clark's trying to explain to her why she did it, and then she's like, oh, why don't you care about your brother? And she's like, I do, but I'm pretty sure he would have found another way or something like that.
Octavia told Clark that that's not what her brother would do. But I think her brother might have done that.
I don't even think he would have been able to do something, because he probably would have been scared of thinking what the consequences.
He would have saved his sister, obviously, but he would have let the people burn probably too.
Yeah.
So
after they have a little argument,
it's like Octavia and Octavia's like commander, and then they change. She tells her, "Oh, you're gonna go patrol something else," and
the
she was
South Guard Post, I think, or North Guard Post, something like that.
But Octavia's like, "No, but Indra told me to do something else," and the commander's like, "No,
we'll go and then I'll tell Indra something."
Whatever, yeah. That Indra was gonna join her later,
yeah.
And then it turns out that she was about to kill
Octavia
because he's like, "Kill her."
In grounded language, so Clark wouldn't understand.
I don't know how to say what's called, but yeah. And the dude is about to kill her, and then I knew that Clark was gonna show up.
Obviously.
Yeah. And like, she was so badass. Like, he's like way taller than her.
6 foot tall giant.
I'm pretty sure he's more than 6 foot tall. She's like, he was tall.
Basically. He points the gun at her head and she's like, don't do it.
And then she goes back to the commander's tent and like knocks him out.
Not knocks him out. He like
on
hits
the
her
feet.
and then like no, he hits him on the back of the head, and which basically puts
it was
him
like
down
on the knee.
No, I saw him. She like hit him.
Can she even reach his head?
Yeah, he wasn't. He was. She was only like. He was only like kind of like a bit taller than her, but she was still able to reach him. And then she starts talking to Lexa about like what like their philosophies on what they see as being a leader.
It's like she was basically Lexa was telling Clark, "Oh, like you have to be not care and whatever." And then Clark has enough of this shit and I just cussed.
First cuss word.
No, I cussed in the last one too.
Second of the many cuss words that will come ahead.
I'm probably gonna end up cussing at one point. It doesn't matter. The point is, she calls her out on her shit.
Yeah.
and like, no, I know you feel, which I knew that Lexa wasn't manipulating her, or they're basically, or anything like that, because people were saying that she was.
Lexa, she isn't. She's cool.
She isn't. Which Clark saw right through her, because they look at each other's eye a lot.
And like she broke through her soul.
Yeah, she broke her, and I know that whenever you look in a person's eyes, it's like you can read them. So
you can see their soul, basically. And then I like how like she started like telling her like a bunch of things and then she started walking back until she got up against like the little table.
I was like,
you could tell she was about to cry, and then she
because the kiss got leaked, so we were like, when are they gonna kiss? When are they gonna kiss?
People were so excited for that.
And you were too.
I was, but
you were coming up with a bunch of scenarios in your head.
You were too though, but I came up with more.
You even dreamt about them.
I know. It was a fan fiction. If anybody out there in the comments below wants to write it, they could. I was imagine them being married and they had a kid or something, and then stuff like that. You could write it in a fan fiction. Someone in the comments below on
I'm pretty sure there's already one of that.
Yeah, but there could be different views of it.
So she backs her up in the table and then tells her, like 250 people died. Like, I know you felt for them. I know that you felt something for Augustus, and like she was telling her, and then it's like
she starts like getting like her tears are about to come out.
Know she's holding it in,
and then like she puts her head up, like thinking that it's gonna like. But
that happened after. She didn't break down completely in front of Clark,
but she was you could tell close to the breaking point of breaking down.
And then Clark is like tells her, I know you felt for them or whatever, and then she's like, and then Lexa was something like, but not everyone. Yeah, not you. And then Clark, and then
they look at each other and they're like, "Oh, sparks are flying!"
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you were talking about when they looked at each other after she said that. And
no, Clark looked like, like what?
Are you serious?
Like she was like, no,
I didn't know.
Kind of like it looked like she was like, does she like me?
It looked like she was confused, like she didn't know.
She didn't know. She was like, wait, what? And so then Lexa tells her, get out, like really pissed off. Yeah. And then Clark leaves, but Lexa breaks down. You can see her being like...
She's trying to hold those tears back.
Mm-hmm. Which I understand, because I know people that are very, look like very tough, but they're actually
very soft. They could break down.
They break down. You're going too far away.
What am I doing? Alright, then back to the topic.
No, I was talking about you talking to the mic.
Alright, my bad.
Yeah. The point is... Oh, no, I'm not pointing this. Why do I always say that? So, And then Clark is outside and she looks back and tells her. That's when I was like, oh, what?
She feels something.
I know, because, like, you don't
That's where the sparks are flying.
Because you don't look back if you don't care.
The sparks are flying.
Which is like whenever two people break up, it kind of sounded like they were breaking up, because Clark was like, I'm done.
Basically. What they didn't, they got,
It was kind of like a breakup. It sounded, and then, because, whenever two people break up and they're like, I don't love you, okay, whatever. Yeah. And then they break up and walk separate distances, but then one of them looks back.
And then
and then walks off, and the other looks back, and then they walk off.
Ah, man.
So that
was a scene of the ages.
And then Alexa sends for Clark.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What?
Well, the stuttering.
I keep stuttering. Because I'm trying to remember, my brain overprocesses everything. Like, it thinks of everything, and just like...
it disappears.
Yeah. And my mouth doesn't keep up with my brain sometimes. So...
Then she calls for her.
Calls for Clark, and then... Lex is like, you have nothing to... Octavia has nothing to fear from me.
Then she explains to her about why Octavia...
And then like, Clark is like...
Yada, yada, yada.
Oh no, Clark is like... Oh no, she's like, I do trust you, Clark. And then Clark is like, well...
then don't...
Well, I know that's hard for you.
Yeah, but then she'll say like, well then don't like kill Octavia or trust her.
No.
Or trust her?
No, that was in the... Before.
Oh, okay.
She's like, trust me, and then... Whenever they were before that she told her to get out, that was before. No. She was like... Well, trust me, and then Lex is like, I can't do that, and that's whenever that happens.
Yeah.
But in this next scene, it was whenever she was like, Octavia has nothing to fear from me, and then it's like, I do trust you, Clark, and then Clark is like, I know that's hard for you, and then Lex is like, I know that you think that what we do is basically like that shit is harsh and whatever, but they do that
and they
to
start
survive.
To get like closer as they start talking.
Well, they're always very close.
I know, but they get like starting to get closer and
closer, and then she's
closing the gap between each other.
Okay, so then Clark is like, there should be more than just surviving. Don't we deserve more than that or something? Yeah. And then Lexa hesitates a bit, and she's like...
And then she goes in for the smooch! And they kiss! And the lips connect. The sparks start flying.
She's like, maybe I do. Puts her hand. But it wasn't, like, forced or, like, anything. Like, if Clark really didn't want to kiss her...
She could have, like, backed off, moved... But she didn't. She just stayed there, and then at first she was like, whoa, whoa!
But she responded very quickly to that.
Yeah, but she was like, oh yeah.
And they kiss, and then when Lex is going in for the second kiss... She backs off, and then Lexa completely backs off and gives her space, which was very good.
Like, and then Clark is like... I'm not ready for a relationship yet, she's not ready.
She's like, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. And then you can see, like so being like, oh.
Like a tint of sadness mixed with, like...
she doesn't like me type of thing. Yeah. And then, but she's like, not yet. And, like...
You know what that means? Season 3, and hook up.
That gives her hope. A lot of people are saying that Lex is gonna die.
If she dies, man, there's no season 3
That's too predictable, though. Yeah. But I don't.
But you know how the Regis are.
I mean, if they could, but I feel like that would be predictable.
If they kill Lexa, I blame the Bullarks.
For not that you're gonna start some wars.
Shout out to all those Bullark haters out there.
Oh my god, chill out.
Alright, sorry. Back to the thing at hand.
No, I can see Bullark happening, though. Yeah, on the side, now that you brought it up, I'm okay. Like, if it happens, I'm okay with it.
But I'd rather see Lexa and Clark.
It's because it's different.
Lexa.
Every show shows... like a guy, and he starts off being mean and whatever,
bad boy,
and then they end up together.
That's like so obvious, but
and I knew that either Finn or Bellamy was gonna end up like cooking up with Clark, and Finn ended up, and it was like so fast, and like Octavia and Lincoln was fast too.
It was like the first love at first sight type of thing.
everything, like, the relationships are really fast, which I don't understand why people are, like...
I mean, they're in a world where they could get killed at any moment by the
but,
world.
But
so
people are saying that Lexa and Clark are being too fast, but they've been around each other for a long time.
Did it for, like, episode...
The second? Or, no, fourth
or fifth, man. Like, it was so early on.
And then he died anyways. But, that, like, I understand... I think the whole, like, Bellamy thing, and like, in season first, I saw that I could see that he actually likes it. And Lexa can see it, obviously, too. Yeah. But I don't think that Clark feels anything for Bellamy. She hasn't shown any signs.
I feel like she sees him as, like, a brother type of thing.
Yeah,
Big brother or little brother.
Like a leader. Like, I think he's older. Like, she needs him, but it's more like friendship, best friend, or brother than not love interest. And I didn't actually think that. I didn't know if Clark liked Lexa, and I don't think she even knew if she liked Lexa until Lexa went up to kiss her, and then she's like, well, she was really into it. Like, and Lexa was really like, she wasn't rough or anything like that. She was like, which was very weird because she seems very strong. Well, it's not weird, which is nice. Which is actually very realistic because a lot of people that are very rough, they tend to be more nice.
Yeah, well I guess we're getting close to the ending.
It's already close to ending.
And then after the kids, then I think a guard comes in or someone comes in and tells them that it's time or whatever for
the signal.
The signal has appeared and that they start, and then Clark, like Lexa and Clark go outside, and then they see, like, they're like on top of a hill, I guess, and then they look down and there's like a bunch of warriors in their camps and stuff.
Yeah, if before that, let's just mention that Lexa was totally okay with what
Clark said about not being ready for a relationship.
She just nodded. I like how she doesn't actually speak. She speaks a lot with her eyes and not with actual words.
Her soul.
Like, she was just like a little nod. And then Clark was like, okay. And then what you just said, all that happened, they went outside. Then I like how like, Lex is very powerful. I don't know if you saw whenever she ran, like, she was like, shh. Like, it looked really badass.
Oh, yes, yeah. But then they see them marching through the forest, basically, because they're getting ready for war. And in between that scene, that's where Bellamy blows up the gas tank, the gas thing, and they just keep going. And then it cuts to Cage and his guards, and they're like, do we have anything that can stop them? And they're like,
the
no.
Reapers are not, they can't take the whole army, and yada yada.
And they're like screwed, basically.
They're basically screwed. But I feel like something's gonna happen, because that is too easy.
I know.
So something's gonna happen.
They're gonna have leverage.
I think I don't know.
Something's gonna happen. That's all we know. It can't be too easy.
Oh, and Clark and Alexa kept looking at each other a lot.
I know. I especially liked when they started screaming, and then you know how, and then Octavia screamed, but then Aaron showed me like later on about like this picture of a comparison of Octavia and the Lion King, where like Simba, and he's little and he's trying to scream, he's trying to roar, and it's like basically the same version as
whoever
Octavia.
Did that is very, like, I really like that.
I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah. And Indra's, like, scream was very intense. I liked it.
And then Octavia tried to follow up, but she couldn't.
Well, she kind of was like, Indra told her,
we're going to...
Like, no, that she knew, basically. She knew that then, they knew about the missile. She's trying to
tell her that, don't you feel anything about like this, like, yada yada.
She's like, that's war. And then screams.
And then they start going off, and it cuts to the...
But, well, people, I don't know if a lot of people understand is that none of this is personal. Like, Lexa didn't want to kill Octavia because it was personal. She did it because it would be a liability. Like, she doesn't know Octavia. She doesn't know if she's going to keep her mouth shut.
Yeah.
For all she knows, she could say it after the war, and then all her people turn against her.
Yeah, and then that's what starts season 3, them running away from the Grande clan.
I don't know if the alliance is gonna hold.
I feel like it's gonna break, but they're not gonna kill each other. They're gonna like live in peace or try to live in peace.
Well, how is it gonna break and then not fight? I feel like something's gonna happen. Like another enemy is gonna come, obviously, in season. Let's go into predictions already.
Nature. I put my money on nature. They're gonna have to face nature.
Okay, predictions now. let's go into predictions. So we're already going there. Predictions
about season 3. What's gonna happen next episode?
Like what's happening after?
Like they're gonna go to war. They're basically gonna kill everybody there horribly.
I think Lexa, because apparently she wasn't credited for the last 2 episodes. I don't know if Lexa's Alicia did mom. Well, Carrie, I don't know her name very well. Apparently she wasn't credited or something. I don't know. The point is, I don't know if I'm assuming Lex is gonna be in the next episode because I saw her scream. Blood must have blood in the trailer. Mm-hmm. But I think that Clark and Lex are gonna have arguments on whether people should die or not,
or who should live and who should die.
So they're gonna have to that.
They should at least let the little kids live, man, and the women and children.
The women and children
and old people.
And old people. So basically everyone. I'm just playing.
No, there's not that many old people. Well, no, screw the old people. Just leave the kids.
They're gonna die anyways. That's your whole thing.
The kids. I care more about the kids
trying to kill them.
These are the people that I don't want them to kill the kids. That's it. They can kill the dads, the moms, the grandparents. So who do you think
is gonna die? Like from the...
I feel like Lincoln might get wounded and Octavia might get wounded.
I think Indra might die. Oh. Because she's still injured. I don't think they're gonna...
take that advantage. Just like they're gonna hit her like in the thing, and then
I don't want her to die, but I feel like she's a possibility. Lex is also a possibility, but I really don't want her to die. Like I feel like that's very. It seems obvious, but I don't know. Especially because she got the new show again.
Yeah, if they kill her, there's gonna be a hole in me that will never be closed.
You said you were gonna cry.
I was gonna cry. Exactly 5 tears are gonna come out if that happens.
Maybe even 10.
Maybe 10. Double of what I exactly calculated.
So...
is that basically all the predictions, or?
This is getting long, but oh well.
I guess.
So I think the people that are possibly gonna die, Indra, Alexa, Octavia might die, which I don't...
Bellamy, I think Bellamy, because...
Bellamy might die too. I don't think Clark is gonna die. They're not gonna kill off the
She was like the leader that led the people.
But she's like the main character.
Yeah.
I don't think she will. If she does, that would be so shocking, and I would...
There would be 2 holes in me.
I don't think I would watch it anymore if she died.
I would still watch it. I
would watch it, but I don't know why I would watch it anymore.
I don't think I would feel the same.
She brings the whole... She's like the whole show, in my opinion.
She brings it all together.
Mm-hmm. She's like... not completely Sky and not completely Grounder.
Without her, the Sky people and the Grounders wouldn't get together. They would just war.
Octavia's really progressed. She's a good character. I really don't feel like she's gonna die, but I feel like she could get injured.
There must be at least one person that dies.
Somebody's gonna die.
That's for sure, but we don't know who. I still hope that no one important dies. Maybe like...
I think Cage is gonna escape.
I want him to die. They have to execute him. Oh, it'd be awesome. As if he's running, Clark shoots him, and then Octavia, Alexa, does this spin in the air thing, like ninja type thing, and cuts his head off. That'd be awesome.
You want? That would be badass. But I honestly think I don't want Lexa to die, but I think that she might. There's a possibility that she might go captured or go off somewhere.
Yeah. Well, is that it? Are we done with our predictions?
Season 3 thing you don't want to talk about?
Oh, I feel like Season 3 might be about the City of Light.
It will.
I can already imagine the big mutated sharks in the water.
Oh, and I want to see Abby and Mark Kane go to the war too.
I don't think they're going to be there, though.
I don't think they're going to be there.
Because he's injured and she's basically a doctor, so she's probably going to be outside, taking care of all the wounded. I think
they should show a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think they... I think the main focus is going to be the war.
Yeah.
And it's going to be intense as hell.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. This is, the first show that I really... it's really good. There's other shows that I really like, but this one, knocks it out of the park.
This might be, okay, for Season 3 predictions, this might be very, very impossible, but I call aliens. Aliens. They've gone into space, right? I'm pretty sure there would have been some sign of aliens.
That's actually very interesting. I wonder if they would ever go there.
I also call mutated bears... Mutated Bambi for sure.
Carrie has 2 heads.
That's Bambi right there for you guys. Bambi confirmed.
So we should probably start ending this.
Yeah, well...
And I think... Did we leave anything out? I think...
That's basically it. We covered everything. Yeah, we basically covered everything. through.
Yeah.
Well.
So I really hope that.
I hope no one dies, Clark or Lexa.
Well, somebody has to die, but
I could give a crap.
Only the evil people should die.
I could give a crap if someone else dies. Only Lexa and Clark.
We need to save those. Those two are precious.
If they die, there will be 2 holes in me that will never be closed.
They at least need to kiss again. Yeah.
Before they die, or they disappear, or they never meet each other again. But
I think if Lexa dies, she's gonna die saving Clark. Oh, but what do you think about the I'm already like I just thought
we just need to
come a little bit more. But hold up. You know, in the preview, Indra puts a knife to.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot about that. Predictions about what's gonna happen. She probably feels like she's gonna kill her.
You think she's gonna kill her?
Well,
I think Octavia's gonna say something.
Or wait, you know how she's her second rate and she's trained like a warrior and princess? What if the last test to become a full warrior is to kill like the person who trained you?
Oh, that would be too messed up. But then Lexa would have killed Anya. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but I mean, because she's training her to be the commander, so there's no need for her, but warriors to become. You saw how hardcore they are. You saw how hardcore they are. They fight each other like they're enemies. When they were training,
maybe she has to cut herself in the neck or something.
That's dumb. I find my idea more better.
Kill Indra? That would be hard.
No, look, this is what happens. She trains her, right? She trains her so well, but instead of killing her, telling her to just kill her, she doesn't, and she picks her up, and then they work together.
When we were talking about before, you said that this other one that you said before makes more sense. That you said maybe Indra takes it in her own hands or something.
Yeah, and she takes care of Octavia to please the commander for the thing.
But even though I really think that Lexa is gonna keep to her word. I hope, and that she doesn't send anybody to kill Octavia. A big possibility
is
but I think
my
Indra
first prediction. My second possibility is the warriors thing. The last test of warriorship.
I think Octavia's gonna end up saying something and it's gonna kind of piss off Indra.
I feel they're gonna fight. They're gonna have a battle to the death.
Are you in the middle of a war?
Yeah, because the grounder culture, nothing stops grounder culture, so maybe they send the troops off and she's telling her to wait and then they get into a battle to the death.
So we're getting off topic.
Right, well, that's our predictions.
Any comments? Anything you people? Anybody?
Any things that we could fix about our thing and about our
comment, subscribe, dislike, anything.
We don't care if you dislike. We love our haters.
Oh my God, Fernando. Oh, Luis. His other name is Fernando. You've been
Mexican.
revealed.
I'm Mexican.
We're both Mexican.
It's been confirmed, guys. We're Mexican.
Alright, man. Things happen.
Well then.
So we're bros.
Peace out, guys. We love you.
We love you.
The city needs you guys.
Any comments you want to put down? If anybody's even listening, thank you.
The ones who lasted this long, we have to praise you, because even I can't watch this. That's a lie. I watch hour-long videos.
Okay, so thank you. Subscribe, like, dislike. We're out. Peace.